right? Right? All right, so we're live
All right.
and we're trying something new. Dave, what competition is this?
This is Chicago Open.
Chicago Open.
Yep.
So, what we're going to do is a match review where we're going to play it and kind of go over it play by play and see what you did right and what you did less right.
Yeah, we're gonna pick apart my shitty skills. Let's do it.
All right. So starting out here, I like how, everything looks good, everything looks clean so far.
Hell yeah.
You know, you're letting the ref get into place. Very nice strategy here. And you both come out nice and casual.
Yep. That's a buddy of mine, by the way. We rolled before.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. We rolled at the same open mat in Chicago at New Breed.
Okay, so he started out. He pulled guard.
Correct.
Do you think he wanted to pull guard, or do? Because
You
at
know,
first you guys both look like you're going.
yeah, it's hard to say. I like lately I haven't. Generally, I pull guard, but lately I've been playing top, so I actually find more. I don't know if it's luck, but I do better, and I enjoy playing top more these days. Because I basically switched from just being on the bottom passive to being active on top at the gym, and that's kind of been my strategy. So that's what I've been
Right.
doing. That's what I did at Pans. That's what I did at I think Chicago Open last year. No, that's not true. I pulled guard last year, and actually I won gold in that one. That's what I did in
Mm-hmm.
Tampa. So I played top, like with Eric. He pulled, and then I ended up playing top. So I've been
I've seen a couple of your matches where you did both.
I do both, yeah. So it's like at Pans, I
Yeah,
basically did both.
in the same match even.
Yeah, the goal is
Um,
the goal essentially is I'm gonna try to either sweep or do some kind of a takedown, and if I can't, and it's like a minute elapsed, I'm probably gonna just pull guard myself unless they pull first. So that's kind of the strategy.
so what I've been working on is here, and I don't think you can see my mouse, but can you see my mouse?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't show that on the screen. Um, right here, if you notice, he's really far back. Like
Yep.
he's stepping back and he's leaning really far forward. So
Collar
what I've
drag.
been working on, either collar drag him, or this is where you could go for a snap down, and your left hand here is holding his sleeve.
Hmm.
And what I've been trying to do lately is actually pummel that inside to the bicep. And with the bicep, it helps you kind of get leverage of the shoulders. And whatever way the shoulders go is where his weight's going to be.
Hmm.
um, just a little technique because, I mean, he obviously pulled, and from what you're saying, you wanted to be on top, so it worked out. And that's kind of how most matches are. Like within the first minute, if you're
Somebody's
going to be
pulling.
fighting for
All right.
takedowns or if someone's going to be pulling, right? But right here, he's so far back that you sneak in like that, and that also gives you a good entry for snap downs. What
Single
you and
leg,
I've been
baby.
working on, single leg, or like manipulating the shoulders to get him heavy on a leg to shoot,
Hmm.
or even swimming all the way in and getting a underhook.
Hmm.
But looks like it all worked out for you because maybe that was a good indicator that he's probably looking to pull.
Hmm. Because he's so far back.
Yeah. And right here, let's see what we got going on.
Collar sleeve.
Working with your good.
So yeah, that's been like
Yeah.
my fucking arch nemesis. This collar sleeve bullshit.
Right
This is
here.
like this is like twice now. I lost 0-0 to a guard puller that plays collar sleeve.
So you understand here, and I think we just worked on it the past week. What he's doing is all he's trying to do is get your shoulders over your knee line or your hip line,
Yep.
which in this freeze frame right here, he's successful at it. You
Yep.
started out good. Your hips were forward,
But
and
then
you did a
he
really
pulled me
good job at
forward.
pans with this. Yep. So two things I do here before it gets out of hand. One, either grab that ankle and push it off of your hip and
Mm-hmm.
keep the ankle control. And the funny way I put it is like shove it up his ass because it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of what you're doing. You're kind of pushing the ankle back to his butt.
Push it forward.
Yes, but
Yeah.
you're relieving the tension there because that's going to be the number one culprit. He's trying to lean you over and break your posture. And I can't tell right here. Is your hand on the inside or outside of his leg here?
The right hand is on the inside. The left hand, I don't know. You got to keep playing it. We'll see in
Gotta
a
keep
sec.
it playing.
I think it's on the up. It's right
Yeah,
there. Yeah, you can see it. It's I'm
right here.
basically trying to grab his ankle and do exactly what you're saying, like push it down.
Push it down towards his butt, right?
Yeah, right. It's
And
just
then,
it's so a lot of times I find hard to do that because I'm basically stretched out because he's controlling my right sleeve and that
mhm.
foot is on the hip, and so I'm like there's tension, and like I
Oh,
feel if I
lost
go
it.
if I fall back, if I bring my hips back in order to release the pressure on the hip,
Hmm.
um, he can easily collar
Your
drag me.
your
Like I feel
posture's
I'm gonna be
messed
like
up.
off balance.
You did a good job right here. If I can get it frozen. All right. See, you can barely see it. Oh, it went back. See how your knee right now,
Mm-hmm.
your right knee, is on
Mm-hmm.
the outside of his guard?
I gotta bring it on the inside.
I prefer to bring it on the inside, and what you can kind of do with that same shin is put it on his hamstring to jam him up. So if you use your shin and push it up on the hamstring, it'll jam up that leg that's trying to stretch you out. Obviously, all this stuff is going to be easier said than done because right now he's starting to build the momentum in his favor. And your goal is to get your shoulders back behind your hip line, kind of like what you did at Pans so well. In
Right.
Pans, you were doing really good at leading with your knee and not letting them. So my kind of style and my goal is to kind of take control of the ankles before they can take control of my hip line, if that
Right.
makes sense. And
Yep.
then I work my way in either with my knees or around the outside. Um, so you're kind of playing into his game just a little bit here. But you're holding your good balance. You're trying to get your posture up. Sometimes, dude, that could be exhausting on your legs just right off the bat.
Yeah, Delahiva, like all that.
Okay,
That
what? How?
I leg dragged, man. I should have fucking taken that pass.
No, you didn't. You didn't do bad at all. You actually swatted that foot away. You're playing a little bit with fire here, but
Like
right,
deep Delahiva, basically. Delahiva X he's going for to expose the back.
yeah. And I think he's trying to take that right leg and drop it to trip you with your left leg. I think he's trying to drop it behind your heel
Yep.
and get that sweep. I don't know, is it a sickle sweep or something? I don't know what they call it these days. Oh
Yep.
no, he's going for your back.
No,
I'm
he's
sorry,
going for the back. He's basically
but
going Delahiva X into crab ride.
crab ride, yeah. So that was a really good call to get to peel it off of the inside of your legs, come around. He's kind of hooky.
I know. Yeah, that was the problem. Like typically, I'm able to break down, especially with the leg drag. The way I did that leg
Mhm.
drag, I can usually bring my knee inside in order to staple him down. But he was able to get that butterfly hook in.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, right?
I know, and it's super sticky too.
So, so right here, what do you think your number one problem is in this freeze frame? What's holding you in place?
Again, I think the posture and the collar. Actually, I should be breaking the collar grip.
Either the collar or reaching down to the hand on your leg and
Mm.
popping it off. Because what happens a lot of times is what that hand does is it like freezes your foot in place. And people like us, you and I, we're kind of fast, right? So we kind of do well
Mobile,
with our
right?
speed. We're very mobile, yes. When they get that, when they get the hand on the ankle, it like almost like freezes that foot in place until you get it off.
Mm-hmm.
So although it's not really like doing too much, it's not really pulling too much, it will be that nagging thing where you're like, why can't I move?
Mm-hmm.
How come I can't turn my hips? Why can't I turn my knee? Like think about it. When he doesn't have that locked down, you can turn your knees inward or outward to kind of either pummel or like knee slice, you know?
Yeah,
But when he has it in place, you get stuck.
yeah, and typically if he's got that ankle hold, um, and
Yeah.
that's a De La Hiva, I can basically knee slice through. But here it's like I can't knee slice through because he's on the inside.
Yeah, he's got a little funky position here.
I know it's like it's
But
weird. It almost feels like I can probably shove his knee in and just take mount.
yeah, it's kind of funky. Let me rewind it a little bit. Let me see if I can.
Because I'm like, I'm not even sure how that entry happened because I think I leg dragged, and um,
Yeah,
he
it
ended up
looks like you
sneaking that
almost went
butterfly in.
almost like a reverse knee slice, but he's got that foot in the way, so that shuts that down.
Right.
Right here, he's got you hooked. See how his hand is off?
Yeah.
If you were able to either break the lapel or pummel your knee inward, I keep forgetting you can't
Oh,
see my mouse,
like
but
this way. Yeah.
yeah, like inside.
Correct.
Um, the knee pummel might have helped out for there and getting around that sticky hook.
Hmm.
But he's actually doing pretty well with them sticky feet.
I know. I know. And then he's got the collar, so it's like I can't bring my posture up.
Yeah, and it's hard to bring your hips in when
Yeah.
he's got you
And I don't want to give him
contact.
the arm because you see, like, he's trying to reach the sleeve.
Hmm.
Oh, that I should have passed there too. That was another pass attempt that I failed at.
All right, this is like what I showed you the other
Yeah, I
day.
know.
Remember how you were watching? So right here, you're like, I don't want nothing to do with that
Nope.
hand.
Boom.
Boom. So right here, you pretty much pass. You're on the wrong leg. So you're fighting the far leg,
Yeah, I
wanting
should
to
have been.
fight this. Yeah, to get
I
to
should
that
have
hip
had the.
line.
I should have had the upside down grip on the inner ankle, the near
That
ankle,
would
and then basically like come in with the opposite knee on belly, and then switch to a regular knee on belly.
that would have helped, man. Because look, man, you're pretty much past.
I know. I
You're
know.
you're almost there, dude. And then you got to give props to him though. He's got really sticky feet. He's really good at doing the pummeling
Mm-hmm.
and keeping you raised. Actually, you have good balance throughout this whole thing because every time he has you raised is where he wants you, like weightless, and you
I
were
dropped my
kind of
hips
like
down.
flying, dropping your hips out and like flying squirreling just enough to kind of keep it challenging for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was trying
So
to
the
float,
biggest thing,
but like I wouldn't
there
let him
you go.
float basically.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Knee shield.
Yeah, knee shield, and it's kind of like half guard.
This
Um,
guy has got to be like a little bit different than what you're used to too. Seems
y-
like a
yeah,
it's
his
not this
he
not the
reminds me
type
of
of style
Cell
I normally
actually.
see you.
Yeah, it reminds me of Cell because typically what I see is kind of pressure, short and stockier guys. He's kind of longer and skinnier, like Cell. And again,
Hmm.
super fast, and it's the collar sleeve that Cell usually plays. It's very
Yeah, the
similar.
common yeah, and the common thing tool I'm seeing here is just the basics of like his feet are on your hips and he's pulling you over your hips
Hmm.
forward, which is making you which is giving you a lot of resistance. So the name of that game is getting, like you said, stripping the shit off of your lapel, and almost like what you would do in a triangle. You kind of want to get like up high and
Right.
hips forward, upright and hips forward as much as, even if it backs you out of the guard. Like even if you feel like you need to be on top of them, even if doing that means like taking a step back or reaching towards like the ankles,
Hmm.
but you
Hmm.
can always go a little bit backwards when that's happening. Easier said than done, of course, because I know from a lot of experience that that position can wear you out, and it's
Yeah.
sometimes I've had opponents that done that, and I felt like I was like in a vice trap.
Yep.
Right here would have been your best. So what we need to work on with you is see how your knees on the outside facing outside.
Bring it inside
I,
facing to the inside.
I would like to see a knee on the inside, and just like when you're in closed guard, when you're in closed guard and the guard opens and you put your knee up real quick and
Yeah.
they can't reguard, it's very similar. And then once you get used to that and just using it as like a frame or like a block,
Hmm.
um, you'll get used to actually using that knee to like almost like you would with your hands to like pummel on the inside and
It's a 90
and keep
degree.
things.
It's a 90-degree shin basically used as a frame.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you want to start like encroaching in the guard, you'll actually like almost like hide behind it and come in closer and closer until you can slice one way or another,
Yeah, makes sense.
and get high. Because your passing looked really good at pans, and you're getting you're getting like 80% passes, and at the gym and in competition, when like there's a couple small things we can do to actually get you 100% passes, and then you don't have to jump back and forth, back and forth, back and forth,
Hmm.
unless you're trying to wear them out. Because sometimes that sometimes you throw like back and forth at them until they're like, shit, this sucks. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to be here anymore, you
Mm-hmm.
know? But so far you're working on your balance, keeping your butt low. I like how you're doing this. A lot of people don't drop their ass to the ground when they're out leveraged. A lot of people stay up, which is actually
Yeah, there
worse.
you go. That's the knee on the inside. You can see that now.
There we go. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, and then
Drive it in
again,
and
he's
up.
like
Man, he's got.
dropping his fucking like De La Hiva butterfly. You know, he's always fucking pummeling his legs in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and take notice of like how he pummels.
Yeah,
That's kind of unique for your division.
I know, I know. Good for him. He's got a good game.
Yeah. Scooted out, went for the other one. Now he's going for his single leg X's and
De La
all that good
Hiva.
shit. De La Hiva. He's gonna.
That's
Can't tell if he's like just De La heaving to hold on or if he's trying to X guard in.
yeah, they're gonna reset.
Well, I guess from earlier he's probably trying to set up the back take because that's what he tried earlier, right?
Yeah, I think he's trying to again do the De La Hiva X into crab ride. I've actually been playing a lot of that myself. Like I like that position.
Trophy wall, trophy wall
Boom, representing baby.
emblem looking good. Yep.
Yeah, so we reset again. De La Hiva.
You can always pull that toe out, or like, all right, here's like something. I guess you can kind of see it from here. You see how the toe's hooked around and up into your like hamstring area.
Yeah, if I bring my knee to the outside more and straighten my leg
Yes.
out, I can strip it. That's I'm about to do that.
Are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. You'll see it in a sec. So
Oh, he's turning your hip the opposite way.
yeah, and it's just like again, I'm stuck with this fucking sticky hooks. Um, he's like on the side. Boom.
Nice.
And then like again, I don't know if I didn't. I should have gotten the fucking advantage for that, bro.
That was very see that even with him that was very close. But yet again, the knee would have saved you.
I know. I'm like
So
again.
like
I'm 80% with all this passing bullshit. So it's
it was
like
very
because
good.
I bring my hips. You know, I switched my hips basically, and then like I almost came around.
Oh, that was a picture right there. So
Yeah. Boom.
see right
And then trap
here,
the knee. You know.
you've got it stapled, right? Like see how your foot is
Yeah. Yeah.
stapled over his foot.
I
So
see.
you've got the pathway laid down. This is where you either drop your right arm in front of his hip, like I showed you the other
Yeah.
day,
Bring it down.
and use that to turn him and to get the pass, or you just pummel your knee over his thing and come in tight on the hip.
Mm-hmm.
Because with this guy's style, you're gonna have to go below the hip, like
Mm-hmm. I can't
closer
I
to the
can't give
butt
him any room.
cheeks.
Like I basically can't go up. I have to like once I'm here, I have to keep the pressure down.
Especially with seeing how he's already on his side and this foot's up in the air already.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's the type of guy that even if you're right on the hip line, you're gonna have a hard time holding it. So you're gonna have to go down closer to like his thigh a
Mm-hmm.
little bit more to hold him down, rather than um, like you're gonna have to really pass this guy. It's kind of like Scott a little bit,
Yeah, it's got something like that.
like a little bit, yeah, with that kind of like regarding and pummeling in.
Yeah, and then he
Oh,
can
good old
close guard. I'm about to open it. Again, bring the knee up.
damn. He already understands like to break that posture.
Yeah, fucking immediately.
But
Collar sleeve.
see how right here you're dropping your butt down to compensate.
Yeah.
I like that, and that is also a good way to start getting your hips under your shoulders again. Because when you're back here standing up, you're getting more and more pushed out, and you'll be amazed by how many people get that pushed out and just still walk around like that and try
Oh,
to
yeah. Fuck that. I try to like
or
bring
hug the
the
leg.
ass down and like start looking up.
Right. Yeah. So for people who are paying attention, like this is I don't see this a lot, at least in our gym, and it's like something I've actually been brushing up on lately because we call it jet skiing
Mm.
because you know how like when you're jet skiing, not everyone probably knows this, but when you're holding onto the rope, you need to push your hips forward and kind of like lean in and bring your hips forward to get up on the water, or else you're not going to have enough tension to get up and ride the water.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like if you're just sitting there all like dull, you're gonna get pulled over
Correct.
and face first into the water. So it's very similar. Like when you're getting pulled and stretched, you kind of got to drop down to your feet and press into your feet to get them underneath of your hips, or else you're never going to get back up. And that's why it kind of reminds me of jet skiing, and that's like what you're about right here in this frame. You're very close, is getting the knees in, and again that one on your hip is what's. Oh, there you go, nice little.
Single leg X. Again, this is literally the fucking game. It's
This is
single
yeah.
leg X, De La Hiva X, and collar sleeve. Like that's been my fucking arch nemesis.
Call me biased here, and you call me an idiot, but like he hasn't really been able to implement anything.
No, but neither have I.
I
That's
mean,
the problem.
neither of you guys have,
And that's literally
but
this is literally an exact replica of my pans match that I lost again 0
yeah.
0 to.
What was the ending score of this one?
0 0. Same fucking problem. It's
Did they just
again,
give it to him?
yeah, again, ref decision. This is like 2 matches in a row, ref decisions to the same game.
See, that's a whole. I mean, I guess that's a whole episode in its own.
Yeah, again, I'm going for
If
that
that's right. Oh,
for
here
the
we go.
leg
Club in the
drag,
head.
and again, this fucking collar sleeve again.
Leg leg drag is a really good call for that too. If you can pop it off your hip and pull it.
Yeah.
I think you're tossing the leg.
Okay, boom, we're up. I don't know how much time is left here, but
You got about a minute on this recording.
yeah, sounds about right. So maybe 30 seconds left. So that's kind of the last
There
thing.
you go.
Yeah, I tried that little fucking thing that I was working out at the gym. He let go.
Yeah.
So I
See,
pulled
oh
gu-
look, you pull guard in the same match. That's smart. Towards the end of the match, go for the judge's favor. Nice
Yeah.
sprawl. Very nice sprawl.
Yeah, I sprawled. I had his neck, and then
I would like.
we basically ran out of time, and that was fucking it. So it's like and he got up, he got out, and it's like that's it. So it's like I don't know,
And that's it.
It seemed even to me.
Oh, did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay. So
That's
that's
it.
it. All right. So the game you played into was basically that's like textbook like the collar thing, and then somewhere around here you went for a leg drag. I don't remember.
Yeah, and
I might be
I
like
tried to go for a
way
leg
off.
drag a couple of times. Yeah, I think this might be it. I mean, there's a few times I went for a leg drag, and I almost passed
That's when you
there.
just passed here.
Yeah, yeah, I'm about to go for a leg drag, like right there. Oh, he's about to get up. I think you missed the leg drag. Oh no, maybe it's there. Yeah, single leg X again, controlling the sleeve. Like I feel fine. Like at no point during this whole exchange I felt off balance or vulnerable. I basically just felt kind of deadlocked, like where I couldn't do much. But I didn't really feel like he had any control over anything. You know?
Yeah, and these refs have to make a decision, but
Yeah, and again, it's like nothing against the ref or anything, but
it's like neither party got to implement anything.
yeah, yeah,
So it's like it always. I guess it always looks better for the guard puller, makes him look more active. But at the same time, it's like if he's not able to get anything going against you,
right. So you can make a claim that he's basically working and I'm playing safety, right? You can also make a claim that I'm trying to pass and he's playing safety,
here it
right?
goes. Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like it could go
I
either
think
way.
I think that's where my bias comes from is because I know how much work it is to like try to pass, and as a guard passer, you have to be aware of several different guards and several different things that slow you down.
Correct.
Where so, like when you're doing guard, you have to be aware of certain passes, but like this guy stuck to one fundamental the whole time.
Yeah.
You were uh having to realize like in work leg drags, you're having to work like popping the sleeves, keeping your balance,
Yeah.
cutting, pummeling. Um, but all in all, this is one of the things that like I kind of been preaching a lot, and I'm sure you've probably heard it, but I'll just keep it playing in the background. But like I think it's really important me personally, and I know there's more than one ways to skin a cat, and there's more than one ways to pass. But in general, this is why I stick to fighting the legs first. Like right here, your right hand is like on his. It's on his knee right now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, on the inside of the knee.
And I'm not saying you specifically. I think you did it a few times throughout here. But a lot of people will fight the arms and the shoulders and the head
Yeah, fuck that.
before they deactivate these legs, right? So for a guard puller, they're trying to get in and get control of your shoulders and your hips. They're trying to get your posture broken and go for sweeps and or submissions. They can't reach submissions if your shoulders are up high unless they're going for your legs. But this is a blue belt, so you
Yeah.
only really need ankle lock defense. But
Yeah, these are 40-year-old fucking bluebells.
see, right here is probably where you're at, like one of your best spots.
Right here.
Yeah, because you're not in too deep. Your
Mm-hmm.
hips are generally close. You looked like even better for a second. Oh, it's when
Yeah.
you put you back down. See, like you even showed he couldn't sweep you. You know, it's like kind of.
Right.
I know they got to pick someone, but like Pans is bullshit. Like you were
Yeah.
like,
Same thing.
what about the times? What about the times where you almost passed and he had to recover?
Correct.
You know
Literally,
what I mean,
it's
that's just
literally the same fight at Pans.
yeah,
Different person, same
yeah,
fight. And so
100.
I'm actually a mobile passer, versus let's say like a pressure passer, right? And
Yes.
and so the guy that was the pressure passer that he beat also because we had three people in the division. Um, he beat both of us. He beat the other one by a sweep, so he actually ended up getting points on the other guy because the other guy was going forward all the time with pressure, and he ended up getting
Hmm.
swept. And so I don't do that. I actually do the opposite. I kind of played your style of gaming, of passing.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's where I like to take control of like the ankles or the legs and like slowly work my way in like one spot at a time. Like get my knee in between, keep them ankles and legs off me because if they're in my hands or above my waist,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really gonna have to worry about getting stretched out like that. Because like where this guy had you is actually pretty tough, and for I'm sure a lot of people who roll can understand, but like also in competition, when you got a guy like this who's like deadlocked on you and putting a shit ton of strength into like breaking the posture, it's actually pretty taxing on you to like sit here
Mm-hmm.
and fight through it and keep your balance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually like a damn good job. And see several times here, you just held your balance. I don't like, and I'm not preaching that like you beat this guy's ass or there's a clear winner. I'm just
No, no,
saying
no.
that like
Yeah,
you guys were kind of canceling each other out in a way.
correct.
Because you had good balance and he was sticky. It's like, but so in general, like I like to focus on controlling the ankles and kind of shoving them to the butt, or like you said, like maybe backing out, stripping that collar grip and trying to back out and then come back in with a leg drag, or grab almost like how you would handle someone in butterfly, like
Mm-hmm.
scoop the legs up and hold them and work your way in that way, and then keeping like a knee on the inside so you always have an option to slice, but he can't close in on very much at all.
Right, right. Yeah, and I don't think he was looking to play closed guard. He literally liked that collar sleeve open guard stuff. So,
Yeah, he definitely had something like he was definitely, and I don't know if he was trying to, like, especially like right here when we're watching it again. I don't know if he was just constantly trying to set up that back take
or some
or
kind of a
if he
sweep.
was
He was looking for a
some kind
sweep.
of a sweep. Yeah, because he was trying to space your legs out and break your base down, but he also looked like he kept going like leaning towards the outside. So maybe he had a couple of things. It looks like this is something that he definitely worked on, or like this is his game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, you were all in all, you were about like 80% there several times.
Yep.
I mean, and he probably was too. So
Yep.
the difference is you go back to the drawing board and we figure it out. But yeah, I guess overall, not a bad match. That's kind of what you're looking for when you go in there. Is something can never complain about having a 5-minute tape with plenty of stuff to you know
No, no, I felt good about this.
research and look at.
Yeah, like no issues.
Yeah.
I mean, he got the ref decision, but like again, it could have gone 50-50.
How many matches were this day? Was this day?
So I had
Was this your second?
this is my first. So I lost that one, and then
Uh,
I ended up going with the second guy, and then I lost to him. I actually ended up pulling guard. So I was like, I fucking didn't pull guard the first one. Let me try to pull guard the second one. So I pulled guard, and he ended up passing. He was a wrestling style guy and pressure passing, and basically, uh, when he passed and I went to turtle, he just wouldn't let me get up. He just kind of kept pressure at the top, and I just like for like 3 minutes, man, I tried to get out of turtle, and he wouldn't let me.
Mm.
So
Well, we'll have to do that match next time.
yeah, I don't even have a recording of that. I don't think it got recorded or anybody recorded.
Conveniently lost in the mail.
Conveniently lost in the mail, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, I know the problem there. Basically, don't pull guard.
Don't pull, yeah. Or like steal this guy's game a little bit,
Yeah, I mean, we can also pull up the Pans match that I lost. That's very similar to this, but I think you'll find the same problems there. Because again, I played the same game and he couldn't sweep me and I couldn't pass. And again, I lost by ref's decision.
Yeah, we should review that one. Either, we could either do it tonight or do it on a separate time.
Yeah, we can pause and I can download it and we can fucking resume.
Okay, let me do that. Do I hit stop?
They try to drown me, I can swim upstream so profoundly. I can stay calm in a dire situation. I'm at it every day, no time for a vacation. And I smell blood in the water. Everything I do, yeah, I do it for my daughters. Now I'm gonna shut your lips. It's time for a brand new episode of what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, said it's time for a brand new episode of Talking Jit.